ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च ये कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नां अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते ऋषाय तुभ्यं। जयदं सुहृदो पङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पादाम्बुजो राधामदनमोहनो तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहितावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपम् परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षीय क्षराय दे सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोस्तु मे। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमः। हरे कृष्णा हरि ओम तत्सत। So welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 7th chapter, 11th sloka onwards. हरेर् गुणाक्षिप्तमदेर् भगवान् बादरायणी अद्यागान्महद् आख्यानां नित्यं विष्णु जनप्रिया। हरेर्गुणाक्षिप्तमतिर् भगवान् बादरायणी अध्यागान् महदाख्यानं नित्यं विष्णु जनप्रिया। जुबी माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरेर्गुणाक्षिपद्मधिर्भगवान् बादरायणी अद्य कामाख्यानं नित्यं विष्णुजनप्रियः।
उमा।
हरे कृष्णा। हरे गुणाक्षिप्तमते भगवान् बादरायण अद्यगान् महदाख्यानं नित्यं विष्णुजनप्रियः।
बोल मयूरी माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे गुणाक्षिप्त भगवान बादरायणी अद्य गान महदाख्यानम नित्यं विष्णु जनप्रियः।
जी बोल कपिल प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रणाम।
हरेर्गुणाक्षिप्तमतिर्भगवान् बदरायणिः अत्यागानमहद् आख्यानां नित्यं विष्णुजनप्रियो।
जी बोल मृदुला माता जी।
हरेर्गुणाक्षिप्तमतिर् भगवान् बादरायणी अधिगात्मनदाख्यानं नित्यं विष्णुजनप्रियम्।
ओके जी बोल।
हरे कृष्ण।
Srila Sukadeva Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadeva, was not only transcendently powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus, he underwent the study of this great narration, Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so who is Badarayani? Badarayanan is Vyasadeva. Badarayani is the son of Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, why he was known as Badarayana Vyasadeva? What was the reason? Why he got the name Badarayana? You know berry trees? Okay, Badar. So he was staying near that berry tree, Badarayana. That's why he was known as Badar. That's the reason that place is also called as Badrinath, Badrikachram. Okay. So his son is Badarayani. Who is that? Sukadeva Goswami. So Srila Sukadeva Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadeva.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, please explain. Badri means I didn't get, Prabhuji.
The
Badri.
berry tree. Berry tree. That is just like a banyan tree only. So Srila Sukadeva Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadeva, was not only transcendently powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus he underwent the study of this great narration, Srimad Bhagavatam. So he studied this great Srimad Bhagavatam from his own father, Vyasadeva. According to Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Srila Sukadeva Goswami was a liberated soul, even within the womb of his mother. So as we all know, Sukadeva Goswami was within the womb of his mother for how many days, months, or years? Hmm?
16 years.
16 years, yes. Now, it's very difficult for us to digest 16 years in the womb. No, for us, very difficult. But it was the case. Why he didn't want to come out? What was the reason? He didn't want to come out of his mother's womb.
He already saw the Bhagavan.
No, the Maya will catch him. That's why.
Yeah. He was afraid if he comes to this world, Maya will catch us. So Vyasadeva told him, his own father, don't worry, Maya will not catch. No, please come out. He said no. Then he had to call Krishna himself. Krishna came. Then Krishna assured, don't worry, you will not be attacked by Maya. You're already liberated. That is what it said. Sukadeva Goswami was a liberated soul even within the womb of his mother. So Maya will not, I assure you, so please. So after 16 years, he came out. Then immediately, without even seeing, any direction, he headed towards the forest. That was the time Vyasadeva called him. Please, my son, Putra, please come back. Because he was already liberated. He was not attached to anyone or anything. So immediately left for forest, for spiritual activities, for already is a realized soul, but still for devotional activities. So Srila Vyasadeva knew that the child after his birth would not stay at home. Why? He knew that he is not an ordinary child. So that's why what he said, therefore he, Vyasadeva, impressed upon him the synopsis of the Bhagavatam so that the child could be made attached to the transcendental activities of the Lord. So through his own disciples, Vyasadeva taught him the synopsis in the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam too. So he got attracted to the Srimad Bhagavatam, then he came back to listen or to study Srimad Bhagavatam from his own father. After his birth, the child was still more educated in the subject of the Bhagavatam by recitation of the actual poems. The idea is that generally the liberated souls are attached to the feature of impersonal Brahman with a monistic view of becoming one with the Supreme Whole. But by the association of a pure devotee Pure devotees like Vyasadeva, even the liberated soul becomes attracted to the transcendental qualities. Generally, jnanis, okay, the impersonalists, they are attracted to the impersonal Brahmajyoti. Brahmajyoti is that light coming from the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The effulgence that is coming from the body of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So generally, jnanis, the impersonalists, they are attracted to that. But because he got the opportunity for the association of pure devotees like Vyasadeva, he became a Bhakti devotee. From impersonalist to personalist. Okay? Impersonalist generally means that those who believe that God doesn't have form. God is not a Vyakti, God is Shakti. That is the philosophy of impersonalists. Personalists believe in the form of the Lord. I and you can have a form. So how can you deny the Supreme Lord that he cannot have a form? Okay. So Vyakti Shakti, the energy comes from Vyakti. Shakti comes from Vyakti. Without Vyakti, there's no Shakti. Shaktiman, Shakti. Energetic, energy. Potent, potency. Prabhupada always gives this example. The bulb is giving light, okay? From where? The source is the powerhouse. So, bulb is energy, the powerhouse is energetic. Similarly, we create so many things. So, whatever we create is called created. So, every creation, behind that, there is a creator. So, creator is a Vyakti, it's a person. Created, it's Shakti. With the energy of the creator, he creates something. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is a creator. He is a person. With his Shakti, he creates this cosmos. So one should not mistake that the God is formless. God has a form. God is a person. So it's a misconception that God is formless. So that is very clear here now. Sukadeva Goswami got all this knowledge from his own father Vyasadeva, although he was liberated, just like an impersonalist or Brahmavadi. He got the knowledge, then he became a Bhakta. By the mercy of Sri Narada, Srila Vyasadeva was able to narrate the great epic of Srimad Bhagavatam, and by the mercy of Vyasadeva, Srila Sukadeva Goswami was able to grasp the import. So that is why we say that we need a guru, we need a spiritual master. Although Vyasadeva is Amshavatara, Shakti Aveshavatara of the Supreme Lord, even he had a guru. Why? He is the Shakti Aveshavatara, empowered incarnation of the Supreme Lord. But still he had a guru. Just to set an example to all of us that everyone should have a guru. Only by the mercy of Guru we'll get the knowledge. Otherwise, we'll not get the correct, complete knowledge. We may get some knowledge by reading books, by practical experience, but systematic knowledge you will not get. If you want the systematic knowledge, there are so many libraries available. Why do we go to school, colleges, universities? We need to get trained under an expert teacher, isn't it? So be it engineering or medical or any sort of discipline, we need to be trained under an expert teacher. Simply by reading books, you may get some theoretical knowledge, okay? But you should get the skills only when you undergo some training in an expert person. So that's why, to set an example, Vyasadeva also had a guru, Narada Muni. Sukadeva also had a guru, that is Vyasadeva. Okay. Lord Ramchandra had a guru, Vasishtha. Lord Krishna had a guru, Sandipani Muni. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a guru, Ishwarapuri. Everyone. Although it was not necessary, because they're all exalted personalities and they're representatives of some of them are, for example, Krishna, Ramchandra, Bhagavan and all, God themselves. But still, to set an example, for all of us, they accepted Guru. Only then we will be able to grasp the import. The transcendental qualities of the Lord are so attractive that Srila Sukadeva Goswami became detached from being completely absorbed in the impersonal Brahman and positively took up the personal activity of the Lord. So the Bhakti Marga is so attractive. Even though Srila Sukadeva Goswami, a realized soul, was a Brahman realized soul, he got attracted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was totally absorbed in the Brahman realization, impersonal Brahman. Because of the attachment that he had for his father, who was a devotee, was a bhakta, he got that knowledge from him and he positively took up the personal activity of the Lord. Even in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Janma karma cha me devyam evam yo veti tattvadaha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti swarjana. Janma karma divya. Okay. Janma means appearance, karma means activities. Those who know the appearance and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, divyam, it's transcendent activities, not material activities like us. So what Krishna says, Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti swarjana. They will not take another birth. If they know the appearance and activities of the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, in truth, tattva, then they will not take another janma, another body, another material body. Tyaktva deham punarjanma na eti mam eti swarjana. O Arjuna, those devotees who know the transcendental activities and appearance of myself will not take birth in this material world again. That is a promise that Krishna gives to Arjuna. So practically, he was thrown from the impersonal conception of the Absolute, thinking within himself that he had simply wasted so much time in devoting himself to the impersonal feature of the Supreme, or in other words, he realized more transcendental bliss with the personal feature than the impersonal. So he was thinking within his own mind that he wasted his time simply in pondering on different aspects of the impersonal Brahman. And from that time, not only did he himself become very dear to the Vishnu Janas or the devotees of the Lord, but also the Vishnu Janas became very dear to him. So both. He became very dear to Vishnu Janas, the devotees, and the Vishnu Janas, the devotees of the Lord, also became very dear to Sukadeva Goswami. The devotees of the Lord who do not wish to kill the individuality of the living entities and who decide to become personal servitors of the Lord do not very much like the impersonalists. And similarly, the impersonalists who decide to become one with the Supreme are unable to evaluate devotees of the Lord. So from this, what do we understand? That the devotees of the Lord, those who are following the Bhakti Marga, they don't want to lose the identity. Okay, we have an identity, we have a Swarupa. The impersonalists, Mayavadi philosophers, so they want to merge into the impersonal Brahman, lose their identity as an individual. But Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what he says, Mamaivamso Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. All these living entities are my part and parcel. Okay, and they are eternal. So when he says that they are eternal, how they can lose their identity? How they can merge into the impersonal Brahman? It's not possible. But it's a misconception, those who are following that path. They will never be able to merge into the impersonal Brahman. That is what they want, but because they don't want to have material body. So they think that when they have a material body, they have to undergo miseries. So better to relinquish the material body so that they will not suffer material miseries. So that is their philosophy. But Krishna says, Natvevaham jadunasham natnum neme janadhipa. Okay? There was never a time that you did not exist, nor me, nor all these kings. And never shall any of us cease to be. That's what Krishna says. So we were there, we are here, we will be there in future. We are eternal. So there is no possibility of merging or in the impersonal environment, or there is no possibility of losing our identity. So here Prabhupada says, who decide to become one with the Supreme. We cannot become one with the Supreme. They don't know this philosophy. They are unable to evaluate the devotees of the Lord. Thus, from time immemorial, these two transcendental pilgrims have sometimes been competitors. In other words, each of them likes to keep separate from other because of the ultimate personal and impersonal. So, from time immemorial, there's a difference of opinion between personalists and impersonalists. Okay? There's a difference of opinion. Personal means, those who accept the Lord with a form. Impersonal, those who accept the Lord without form. Only Shakti, no Vyakti. So therefore, it appears that Srila Sukadeva Goswami also had no liking for the devotees. Prior to becoming a devotee, he was also like that. He didn't like the devotees. Okay, he thought that the absolute truth is impersonal. But since he himself became a saturated devotee, he desired always the transcendental association of the Vishnu Janas. And the Vishnu Janas also liked the association since he became personal Bhagavata. So, personal Bhagavata, there are two Bhagavatas, book Bhagavata and personal devotee Bhagavata. Okay, book, what we are reading is book Bhagavata. So, devotees are called personal Bhagavata. Thus, both the son and the father were completely cognizant of transcendent knowledge in Brahman. And afterwards, both of them became absorbed in the personal features of the Supreme Lord. The question is as to how Sukadeva Goswami was attracted by the narration of the Bhagavatam is thus completely answered by this sloka. So, how a Brahman realized, impersonalist, Sukadeva Goswami got attracted by the narration of Bhagavatam is described in this sloka completely. What was the reason? From impersonal realization to personal realization, how he came, how he became from impersonalist to personalist. So that is explained in this sloka. Okay. Hare Krishna. So any questions on this? It's clear? All clear? No doubts. So we'll move on to the next sloka, 12. परीक्षितो अथ राजर्षेर्जन्म कर्म विलापनम संस्थां च पाण्डुपुत्राणां भक्ष्ये कृष्ण कथोदयम् परीक्षितो अथ राजर्षेर्जन्म कर्म विलापनम संस्थां च पाण्डुपुत्राणां भक्ष्ये कृष्ण कथोदयम् के जुबी माता जी
Krishna. परीक्षितो तदराज्येर्जन्म कर्म विलापनं संस्थां च पाण्डुपुत्राणां वक्षे कृष्णकदोदयम्
रिवोल मयूरी माता जी
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
हरे कृष्ण
परीक्षितो अथ राजर्षे जन्म कर्म विलापनम् संस्थां च पाण्डुपुत्राणां वक्षे कृष्ण कथोदयम्.
रिवोल उमा
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I can see only two lines of this
ओके
one.
ओके
परीक्षितोत राजर्षिर्जन्म कर्म विलापनम् संस्थां च पाण्डुपुत्राणां वक्षे कृष्णकतोदयम्.
मृदुला माता जी
परीक्षितोत्तराजर्षे जन्म कर्म विलापनं संस्थां च पाण्डुपुत्राणां वक्ष्ये कृष्ण कथोदयम्. हरे कृष्ण.
हरि बोल सिनी माता जी
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी
कृष्ण
प्रणाम परीक्षितोदराजर्षेर्जन्म कर्म विलापनं संस्थां च पाण्डुपुत्राणां वक्ष्ये कृष्ण कदोदयम्
हरि बोल कपिल प्रभु
Hare Krishna. Parikshito atha rajarsre janma karma vilapanam sansthamscha panduputranam vakshe Krishna kathodayam.
Very good. We'll read the translation, Uma.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sutta Goswami thus addressed the rishis headed by Shaunaka. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord Sri Krishna and topics of the birth, activities, and deliverance of King Parikshit, the sage amongst kings, as well as topics of the renunciation of the worldly order by the sons of Pandu.
Haribol. Sudha Goswami thus addressed the rishis headed by Shaunaka. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord Sri Krishna and the topics of the birth, activities, and deliverance of King Parikshit, the sage amongst kings, as well as topics of the renunciation of the worldly order by the sons of Pandu. Now, Sudha is being addressed. Sudha Goswami is actually, Vyasadeva just gave about his own son, Sukadeva Goswami, in a brief. Now he is coming back to the narration of Naimisharanya. The two places the narration is taking place, right? The actual conversation is happening where? The actual conversation, the original.
The bank of the Ganges
Yeah, what's the
with
place called?
Parikshit Maharaj. Suratkal.
Sukhatal.
Sukatal.
Okay, so that is the actual original conversation between Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. So in that assembly, there were so many sages, including Narada Maharishi, Vyasadeva, so many exalted personalities. And Sukadeva Goswami was just a 16-year-old boy. And he was delivering or narrating Srimad Bhagavatam to great exalted personalities in the audience. Everybody, when he came, everybody, respected him, got up to receive him. And even though Vyasadeva, his father, was present, he only narrated or compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam. But who got the opportunity to narrate it to Parikshit Maharaj? Sukadeva Goswami. So that exalted his position was. Now, in that assembly, as I told you, there was Sudha Goswami, son of Ramaharshan Sudha. He was present. So he was there and he heard it from Sukadeva Goswami. Exactly, he re-narrated the same Bhagavatam in Naimisharanya. Two sages assembled there. So that time, 1,000 years sacrifice was going on. So why the sacrifice was going on? For the well-being of human race in the age of Kali. They were doing 1,000 year sacrifice. 1,000 year. For whom? For all of us. So that we will have a good time. Kali is supposed to be very bad, Kali Yuga. That's why they knew that they have that far-sighted vision. So they all prayed and did sacrifice for our good. So in that assembly, Sudha Goswami re-narrated the same Bhagavatam to sages headed by Shaunaka. It is mentioned that 88,000 sages were present there that time when Sudha Goswami was speaking Bhagavatam in the Naimisharanya. 88,000. Head of all these rishis, Shaunaka. So on behalf of all the sages, Shaunaka Rishi asked the question, asking questions. So now Vyasadeva was telling, I shall begin the transcendental narration of Lord Sri Krishna. Now he is going to explain about Lord Sri Krishna, about his birth, activities, and how he delivered King Parikshit when he was attacked by the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama in the womb of his own mother Uttara. And who is Parikshit? The sage amongst the king, Raja Rishi. Rishi means sage. So he is sage amongst the king, as well as topics of renunciation of the worldly order by the sons, and how the Pandavas renounced this material world. So he is going to narrate all these topics, okay, about the topics of birth and activities of Lord Sri Krishna, the deliverance of Parikshit, from the Brahmasra, and about the topics of renunciation of Pandavas. So this is what he is now going to narrate. So Lord Krishna is so kind to the fallen souls that he personally incarnates himself amongst the different kinds of living entities and takes part with them in daily activities. So Lord Sri Krishna comes in different forms, in different avatars. So he comes Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parasurama, Sri Rama, Balram, Krishna, and Buddha, Kalki. These are the main 10 avatars. So many avatars. There are 22 listed avatars in Srimad Bhagavatam. Kapila Maharshi, then Prithu Maharaj, Vyasadeva, apart from the 10. There are so many. So 22 listed avatars are there. And among the listed avatars, there are 6 categories. Can anyone say which are the 6 categories of avatars? Which you already...
Satyadesha avatar,
Yes.
then
All the
Guna
6.
avatar,
Yeah.
Guna avatar, Leela avatar, then
Purusa avatar.
Purusha avatar,
Purusha avatar,
Guna avatar. Guna avatar is that? Yuga
Yuga
avatar.
Guna avatar,
avatar.
Yuga avatar, yes.
Yuga
And
avatar.
Purusha avatar, did you say?
Yeah, Prabhu said.
Okay. So there are 6 categories of that. So he comes in different forms. He comes as Matsya. He comes as Varaha, the boar. We don't like that animal, right? Boar. But he comes in that form. So does he lose his exalted position when he comes as a boar? Does he lose his identity as the Supreme Lord? We pray, his deity is there as a boar incarnation, Varaha, in the temple. Okay, materially, Varaha means boar, pig, right? But we worship him in the temple because he's the Supreme Lord. So whether he takes the form of a fish or tortoise or hog or any personality like Parashurama, Vamana, Narasimha, he doesn't decrease his position as a supreme personality of Godhead. So that is what we have to understand. He can come in any form. He is still the supreme personality of Godhead. But when we take that form, we'll be looked down by people. Oh, yes, from human form to animal form. If we take birth as an animal, what respect do we get? What respect do we do the animals or any other living entities, compared to the human being? Human beings higher level, right? But we look down upon other species lower than human beings. But here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes in different forms, different species, and we worship it. There is a name for Krishna, Ranchor, right? Kapil Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji, yes, correct.
Why? He ran away from the battlefield. And
Ran
we are,
yeah,
tell me, Prabhuji.
Yeah, correct, Prabhuji. You're right.
He ran away from the battlefield. Okay. When the war between Krishna, Balram, and Jarasandha, he ran away. He just left and he was, named as Ranchor Bhagwan. And we worship him. So, whatever forms or whatever species he comes, he takes avatara, he is still the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is a speciality of the Supreme Personality. So he incarnates himself amongst the different kinds of living entities. and takes part with them in daily activities. Any historical fact, old or new, which has a connection with the activities of the Lord, is to be understood as a transcendent narration of the Lord. So, if it has any connection to the Supreme Lord, we have to understand these are all on the transcendental level, not on material level. Without Krishna, all the supplementary literatures like the Puranas and Mahabharata are simply stories or historical facts. So all these Puranas, Vedas, Upanishads, and Itihasas, if it is without Krishna, simply an entertainment. The central figure is Krishna, whether it is Puranas or Mahabharata or Vedas or Upanishads, whatever it is, central figure is Krishna. So without Krishna, it's all just historical facts only. But with Krishna, they become transcendental. And when we hear of them, we at once become transcendently related with the Lord. So when we listen, when we hear the transcendental activities of the Supreme, we also rise from the material platform to spiritual platform. Okay? Simply by associating with good people, we imbibe their qualities. Similarly, when we associate with bad people, means those who have bad habits, we take their qualities. Suppose I am associating with a drunkard. Slowly and gradually, I will imbibe that bad quality of drinking alcohol. Similarly, when we attach or when we constantly listen the transcendental activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we also situate ourselves on a transcendental platform. That's why we should always listen. That's called Aushadham. Aushadham means medicine. So medicine will cure us, our disease, right? So this medicine, Bhagavatam, will cure our material disease and will take us into a transcendental plane. So every day we should take this medicine, just like the doctors prescribe, after food, morning, afternoon, evening, take one tablet each, you'll cure your disease. Similarly, we have to take this Bhagavatam medicine, Aushadam, so that we will also cure our material disease of thinking that I am this body and I am Indian, I am American, I am white, I am black, I am this, that. That designation will go away. Now we are having all these designations, which is bodily designations. Okay. I think, and I treat myself as an Indian. Okay. Some British, some Americans, Japanese, like that. Okay. Some says I'm doctors, engineers, I'm accountant, I'm pilot. These are all upadhis for the body. Will these upadhis come along with us for eternity? Yes, Kapil Prabhu, we are an engineer. Is there any guarantee that in your next life you'll become an engineer?
No. I will start from zero. Yeah.
Let's pray that you go back home, back to Godhead.
Yeah. That is very
Okay.
good.
So the designation for the soul is Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnara Nityadas. So what is the designation or upadhi of the soul? Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnara Nitya. We are eternal servant of Lord Krishna. That is our upadhi. That's our position. Eternal servant. So I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm an accountant, pilot. These are all for bodily designation. It is only for one lifetime. I'm beautiful, I'm ugly, I'm fair, I'm brown, I'm black. It's all for bodily only. It may be there for a few years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years max, not beyond that. Okay, we cannot take our wealth to our next life. We cannot take our name and fame to our next life. We cannot take our relatives to our next life. Can we? Have we come with something to this material world? Empty-handed. We have to go empty-handed. Then why are we proud of? What are we proud of? We don't have anything. But still, We say, I am this, I am that, I have this. It's all temporary. It can be snatched away, within a fraction of second, by the Supreme Lord. Those who are very rich, within no time, especially in the present condition, the market condition, those who are, very rich, their wealth is depending upon the market, the share market and all these things. Today you are very rich, tomorrow you may be pauper. Everything is collapsed, market is collapsed, isn't it? Today a person is pauper, tomorrow he may become millionaire. So there's no guarantee that all these possessions, name, fame, everything will come with us. No. So if we want to really, rise from the material platform to transcendental platform, one has to take the medicine. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. So that will take us to a higher platform, that is transcendental platform. So Srimad Bhagavatam is also a Purana, but the special significance of this Purana is that the activities of the Lord are central and not just supplementary historical facts. Srimad Bhagavatam is also Purana. There are 18 Puranas. Okay? 18 Puranas, 6 for people in the mode of goodness, 6 for the people in the mode of passion, 6 for the people in the mode of ignorance. And this Purana, Bhagavad Purana, as we read earlier, I think last class or before that class, revised. You remember that sloka? Srimad Bhagavatam was revised. So it was also one among the 6 Puranas in the mode of, for the people in the mode of goodness. But after listening from Narada Maharshi, the Guru, the spiritual master of Vyasadeva, he revised that. And that got the position as Amala Puran. Amala, without any tinge of material qualities. It got the status of transcendental Puran. So that's why, except Bhagavad Purana, all others are within the 3 modes of material nature. So Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Puran. Srimad Bhagavatam is thus recommended by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the spotless Purana. Okay. Aradhya Bhagavan, Vrajendra Tanayas, what is that? Tadhama Vrindavanam. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam. Says, Prema Pumartho Mahan. So what is the Puranam, Amala Puran? Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam. Here it said that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the spotless Purana. So this is the opinion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Lord Sri Krishna. And Prema Pumartho Mahan. What is the greatest? Prema. There are Purusharthas for religious principles. For religious principles. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. We have explained this earlier, right? We are all following the Purusharthas. We are following religiosity for what? The Dharma, to get Artha. What is Artha means? Dhan, wealth, economic development. Okay. When we get wealth, what do? Kama.
Satisfaction, yeah.
Sense desires. Fulfilling sense desires. We need a big house, we need a good car, we need a good job, we need a lot of money. We need good friends, good family. So these are all sense desires. So we are following Dharma to get Artha, economic development. And when we get Artha, we need to fulfill our desires. Desires are like, rivers flowing to the ocean. Will it ever stop? It will never stop. It keeps, even if there are some impediments on the way, somehow it will take a detour and flow to the ocean. So desires are like that. Somebody was comparing desires to a tissue box. You take one tissue, another tissue pops up. Take that, another tissue pops up. Like that, our desires. No, we try to fulfill one desire, another desires will come. Try to fulfill that, then third, like that is never ending. So we get stuck there. So we follow dharma to get artha. When we get artha, we want to fulfill our desires. There we are stuck because it's never ending. Desires will never end. I want this, I want that. Okay, so there we are. And when it is not fulfilled, what happened? We get frustrated, we get anger. So the fourth one is liberation. So seldom people will go to this fourth Purushartha, that is Mukti, Moksha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Because why? We are stuck there in desire, in fulfilling our desire. So if father was on the deathbed, okay, he had so many businesses. So he had entrusted the businesses to his sons, 4 sons. So knowing that father's days are nearing, so all the 4 children came to see him. Then father was so attached to his business, and he, scolded all the, why all of you have come here? Who will take care of the business? And he, driven all of them back to their respective companies or business. And when they left, he passed away also. So when we are having too much attachment, to material name, fame, and possession, we will not think of God. So we are stuck there in fulfilling the desire. But here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Prema Pumarto Mahan. So not this 4, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. After Moksha is, the 5th one is there, Prema. Prema means love. Love to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So those who are having, selfless service attitude, love, they want to give, they don't want to take. But in the material world, love is a perverted form in this material world. That is lust, give and take. I will give you something, you pay me something in back, something in return. So in the material world, love is exhibited as lust because there's always a dealing, transaction. But actual love is without any expectation. The person, if somebody loves another person without anything in return, without expecting anything in return, he or she should serve that other person. Only give. No? In material world, we want to get. So that's the difference. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling it's a spotless Purana, Bhagavad Purana, and the Panchama Purushartha is love, selfless love, love towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is a class of less intelligent devotees of the Bhagavad Purana who desire to relish at once the activities of the Lord narrated in the 10th canto without first understanding the primary cantos. As we already explained earlier many times, some of the, neophyte devotees, okay? Some of the neophyte devotees, they want to jump into the 10th canto. Why? They want to enjoy the pastimes, Rasa Leela of Lord Sri Krishna with the gopis. Unless and until we know the greatness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we will misinterpret the Rasa Leela of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is not recommended. So from 1st canto till 9th canto, we should read and understand the greatness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then only we will relish, or we will really understand without any misinterpretation the actual position of Lord Krishna. What is Rasa Leela? We think that this is something like between some, girls and boys, relationship between some girls and boys. No, that is totally mundane, material. One should never do that mistake of, love between Lord Krishna and the gopis as a mundane, loving affairs. That's the greatest aparadha that we are doing. Anybody for that matter, the love between Krishna and his subjects, be they gopis or gopas, okay, young gopis or young gopas, or elderly gopas or elderly gopis. These are all transcendental, which is these are all beyond our comprehension. So we have to understand thoroughly the subject matters from first canto to ninth canto to not to misinterpret the relationship between Lord Krishna and gopis. Many people, oh, these are all, Krishna is flirting with some girls. No, that's a big offense. We don't know the position of Supreme Lord. He can do anything and everything. He's a proprietor. He's the controller. He's the master. Can we stop him? Suppose we have some lot of money. How I should spend the money? It's my prerogative, right? It's my decision how to spend the money. Similarly, Lord Krishna is the supreme controller of all these universes. He is a proprietor. He is a master. He is the enjoyer. Who is there to stop him? He can do anything and everything. But we should understand that these are all leelas to educate us certain qualities. So we should not mistake. These are all leelas by the Supreme Lord, along with his own devotees. That's why Prabhupada is cautioning us. Some people foolishly, they are getting into the 10th canto without understanding Supreme Lord. Then intelligently they take to the reading of 10th canto. These readers are specifically told herein that the other cantos of the Srimad Bhagavatam are as important as the 10th canto. Now, some devotees ask Prabhupada, can we read any canto of Srimad Bhagavatam? Prabhupada said, you can read any canto, but it is always better that you start from first canto. And step by step, you go, then you go to 10th canto, first, second, third. You cannot straight away go to the 10th standard, can we? You have to go to the KG, then first, second, third, like that. And slowly and gradually, you go to the 10th standard. You'll be able to understand that curriculum or that syllabus when you are matured. Similarly, when we read first canto, second canto, third canto, slowly and gradually, when you understand the personality called Krishna, then we will not mistake his activities that are there in the 10th canto. Straight away, one should not jump. Then Prabhupada said, so the disciples asked him, Prabhupada, so which part of Srimad Bhagavatam is very sweet? I want to taste that first. Then Prabhupada said, have you eaten laddu any time? They said, yes. Which part of laddu is more sweet? You take a bite from any side, it is sweet. It is sweet. Not that from top part it is sweeter and bottom part is less sweeter, no. Or side it is sweeter than other side is not. So laddu is sweet from all the sides. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam is also very sweet from all the, whichever canto, whichever sloka, sweet. So that's what here it is said. These readers are specifically told herein that the other cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam are as important as the 10th canto. It's nothing less. People mistake that 10th canto is the most. All other cantos, all other chapters, all other slokas are as important as any other slokas in 10th canto. So, no one should try to go into the matters of the 10th canto without having thoroughly understood the purport of the other 9 cantos. See, is it clear? Krishna and his pure devotees like the Pandavas are on the same plane. Krishna is not without his devotees of all the rasas, and the pure devotees like the Pandavas are not without Krishna. Krishna can never be alone. He is always surrounded by his devotees. At least he is always with his flute or cow. He likes cow. He's a Gopal. Okay. In Gola Gurundavana, there are so many cows. Krishna, along with his friends, go for, what is that? Racing the gochar, right? Racing the cows. The devotees and the Lord are interlinked and they cannot be separated. Therefore, talks about them are all Krishna Katha or topics of the Lord. So only Krishna means Krishna and the whole entourage, his devotees, his paraphernalia, everything. Krishna is never alone. Krishna always with Radharani, always with gopis, gopas, cows, devotees. That is his company. He is never alone. He wants to enjoy and he wants to give enjoyment to his devotees also. So Bhagavatam, one should slowly and gradually start from first canto and systematically one should study. Not that from here and there is no problem reading here and there, but one will misinterpret. One will not understand in the right perspective. That's why Prabhupada is giving a caution that one should start from first canto, understand the opulences and the greatness of Sri Krishna. Then you will understand his leelas, his activities. Hare Krishna. So 13 and 14, next class. Vancha kalpatarubhyacha kripasandubhyacha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Ananta Kodi Vaishnavati ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Go Premanande Hari. Hare Krishna. So any questions or any comments?